Hi guys, happy Friday. It's your girl Flo Babes coming to you live and direct from YouTube. How have you guys been doing? Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, I actually want to know, like, what's been going on, what's been popping, what's been boom shakalacking. Do y'all have any plans for Valentine's Day? Like, what's it to y'all? Like, what's going on? Anyways, first of all, happy Love Day. I'm actually going to a wedding today. So what better time to talk about love rather than today? You know what I mean? This is gonna be like a chit chat, a little girl chit chat, get ready with me. If you're not a girl, just keep scrolling because this is more so like for my ladies in the club or whatever. Guys, bear with me because I'm gonna be looking at a mirror to the side of me. So like if it looks like I'm looking off screen, just know that like that's why. But yeah, like to my ladies in the house, like how are y'all doing? Like I actually want to know like what's been up, what's been going on. You don't even have to go too much into detail, but I'm just curious, like how has it been for y'all? How has this year been for y'all? Has it been great? What's it looking like? As you guys know, today is Valentine's Day, so of course there's gonna be flowers and balloons everywhere and people in their feelings. Kissy here, kissy there, hugs everywhere. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about random things concerning love. Random things that comes to my mind when I think of love. I hope this video is not all over the place. And I hope this video makes sense for someone. It doesn't even have to make sense for like a billion people. As long as two people can gain something from this video, I'll be satisfied. First of all, whenever I think of love, I think of God's love. That's the first and foremost love that I think about, to be honest, just because it's even like biblical. Like even in the scriptures, God is love. Love is patient, love is kind. Love doesn't keep records of evil doing. So that's like my first thought of love. And then whenever I think of love, I also think about my siblings, my parents, a partner. So many ways to find love. I even find love within myself. When it comes to like love and dating, I really think about staying like emotionally guarded and disciplined until I'm able to meet the person that I feel like aligns with the values that I have. Because at the end of the day, the person you're dating is a real reflection of you, and it's a reflection of how much you love yourself. I saw somebody say on TikTok that the ring that you get from like, you know, being engaged is not a reflection or a symbol of how much the guy loves you, but it's a reflection of how much you love yourself. Anytime I think about that, I'm like, whoa, it's facts. So because you were able to like, not even were able, you had that perseverance to wait on like the person that you believe is the person for you. Because in the society that we live in today, it's very, very easy to want to settle and to want to stay in a situation that's not really helping you to grow just because that's what everyone is doing. It just seems like the right thing. You're making money, you've graduated, just different things that society pushes down our throat in terms of like finding love or whatever. To be honest, you find love when you love yourself enough to say no to the things that don't add to you, that don't add to your values, that don't align with your values. So yeah, whenever I think about like love and dating, I really just think about like it also ties hand in hand with discipline as well, because marriage at the end of the day is you suffering to yourself. A lot of the things that you used to do when you were single, you can't do in marriage like that. So yeah, just learning like discipline when it comes to love, because at the end of the day, the person who loves you the most will also hurt you the most. So you just want to be really selective with who you choose to spend the rest of your life with, because there are some monsters out there when I tell you. if I start to talk, you guys will shout. There are some serious monsters out there that are really out there to prey on women, especially black women. Like, it's sad, but also very true, which sucks. So just being selective about not only who you date, but who you surround yourself with. That goes for like friends and family as well. Like, love doesn't only have to be restricted to the male what am I saying? Love doesn't only have to be romantic. Sure you get. That takes me to my next point. Like, how are you cultivating relationships outside of like romantic relationships? Are you hanging out with your friends? Are you making sure that you made time to hang out with your siblings today? Your parents? Are you taking them out? Are you hanging out with them? Like, what is that looking like? Because the relationship that you have with your siblings and with your family and with your friends could also be an indication of like how your romantic relationships will play out as well, because they also take work as well. Just because they aren't the opposite gender or whatever doesn't mean that it doesn't take work. Friendships take communication. Like, even the relationships you have with your parents take communication. And honestly, I wish when I was younger, like, I wish I was told how important it is to cultivate your friendships outside of romantic relationship. Honestly, that brings me to my next point. A lot of things that women tolerate in relationships, they would never want their friend to go through that, and neither would they even let their friend put them through that. So why do you let a man come and take you for idiots and play in your face? My sister, like, the same way that you take your friendships, you can also put that into practice with your partner as well. Like, you know how the girlies be now. If you miss one birthday dinner, that's it. You've cut off that friend. So why don't y'all like apply that same grace to other relationships? Which is crazy, because I'm pretty sure that man you're giving a million chances to has dogged you so bad. So bad. If you let a man show you shaggy, he will show you shaggy. I'm telling you. But yeah, like, my main point is just like finding love in friendships as well. Like, love it goes beyond like romantic relationships. I had to learn that. I'm telling you, like, this is just a random yapping session about love in general. Even if the video don't make sense, just take away from the different points that I'm dropping for you guys. And honestly, I'm not really a fan of like when people say, oh, you need to love yourself first before you find your partner, because I'm not gonna lie, as human beings, even in the Bible it says like man shall not be alone. So it's very normal that you want a partner. It's very normal. It's not out of like the ordinary that like a woman would want a partner, because to be honest, nobody wants to be alone. But the part that I am gonna say I have an issue with is when people fixate on it. Like, women like to fixate on the idea of being married and having children. I don't want that. I don't like when it's their only primary focus, if that makes sense. Of course, like, for example, I yearn to be a mother. I yearn to be a wife. I yearn to have a healthy home. But there are other things that I also put my effort and my energy into, so that way I'm not desperate for whatever comes my way. I'm not desperate for it to happen now, because at the end of the day, all these things are in God's timing. I feel like your best bet when it comes to all this talk about self-love and everything is just knowing that you have that love for yourself, leaning on God, because the more you love God, the more your own relationship with yourself gets better. The more you realize things about yourself that you might not have known before now. The more you're tapping into your true self, and God just brings opportunities to you. Obviously, your man won't just jump from the sky or like hop into your house, but the more like you go out and the more you're feeling yourself and the more you're in tune with yourself, the more people gravitate towards you. And you know, you never know, like, honestly. And the thing about this life, it's so funny. You might not even meet your person per se, like when you step out. You might meet someone that knows your person, that knows somebody else that knows your person, that knows somebody else, that knows his cousins, sisters, bro. Like, this world is so big yet so small. So just being like confident in yourself and being sure of who you are can open a lot of opportunities for you. So yeah, like back to my random rant, as I was saying, like I don't think wanting to be married is bad, but I do think being desperate for it and like making that your only focus and making it a must that you must be married right now is kind of, like, don't fixate on it, babes. It's gonna happen for you. It's so beautiful to love and be loved. Like, don't get it twisted. Love is a beautiful thing. Panjazi again. But on a serious note, like, love is so beautiful, and there's no amount of trauma, there's no amount of heartbreak, there's no amount of obstacle I'll face that will ever make me say otherwise. Because just the love that God alone has shown me, hey, my sister forgets, love is beautiful. Love is a powerful force that, when felt correctly, can move mountains. And to be honest, whether you're ready or not to receive that love, whenever it does come, it's such a beautiful thing to see. Like, I can't wait to go to this wedding and not only see like the love between them as individuals, but to see the love that Christ has for both of them, like the love they feel between themselves through Christ, if that makes sense. If it's not a love that's through Christ, I don't want it. If it's not a love that reminds me of the love that God has shown me in these 25 years of life, I don't want it. Like, honestly, I wish that I can go more into detail about like the different stories I have in my life concerning like love, not just between like partners, but love between myself and love between others. I would. And to be honest, I'm one of those type of people that I don't mind sharing aspects of my life. I really don't, to be honest. It's just that I really do think that I really am a big believer of times and seasons, and when the time is right, I'm gonna come out with my stories. I'm gonna come out with my crazy stories, and I'm gonna tell y'all just how good God's love is. Because at the end of the day, this page that I have here is just for me to reflect and emulate the love that Christ has for us as human beings. Because, man, I am not perfect at all. I am not perfect. I don't know how many times I can stress this, but I am not perfect. But the love God has for me is beyond perfect. And it makes me feel so pretty. It makes me feel so beautiful. It makes me feel like I can conquer the world. So I just hope to one day be able to talk about the way like my husband loves me in this light. Like, I can't wait to say like, oh, my husband loves me so much that I feel beautiful. Like, I don't know. You know what? Do you get what I mean? Like I said, this is like a random rant gap session. Like, this is me being like vulnerable and honest. This is me like pouring my heart out and still like maintaining my privacy for now. But I just want you guys to know, like, love is a beautiful thing, especially the love of God. Like, I even got a tattoo that says like God is love, so that on days that I do forget the type of love that I have received from Christ, I just look at it and I'm like, yo, why are you tripping, girl? The love that God has for you is sufficient enough. I mean, obviously nobody wants to hear that when it comes to like trying to find love with human beings, but for real, girl, like for example, I was reading a verse because I've been trying to like read the book of Psalm, and the other day I read Psalm 2 where God talked about blessed is the one who, dang, I'm trying to remember the exact verse. Dang, that's so annoying. But basically the verse was like, if you ask in faith, you will receive it, basically. And then the verse further goes on to say like, but blessed is he who like keeps his commands, basically. So in order for you to receive those things you're asking for, you have to lean on God. And what better way to lean on God than to like focus on the love he has for you. Like all the things that he does for you is out of love. The whole like keeping yourselves in marriage, the whole like not stealing, the whole not lying, the whole like all the commandments he has is because of love. And like I don't know, whenever I think of the love that God has for me, like I'm about to even start crying now. Whenever I think about the love God has for me, I legit start bawling. Like I'll be on my morning walks and just start crying, like just because of like I start thinking about like how life has been and how God has really like shown out for me even in times when I didn't even feel worthy. That is the craziest part. Like he loves me irregardless of like my shortcomings, irregardless of like my flaws. That's so crazy to me. And like this video isn't just about like the love of God. This video isn't just about like, you know, me trying to like preach Christianity for you. This can apply to people that aren't even Christian. This video is just about like loving yourself, loving Christ, and the rest will definitely follow. Like the rest will definitely follow, like I promise you. But yeah, and then also when it comes to love, like how you're treated is way more important than how much someone loves you. I can easily call you today and say, sister, brother, I love you. I can easily come up to you right now and say, sis, I love you. Was there? I'm saying it with my mouth. But to be honest, if like imagine a scenario where the guy that you're intending to spend the rest of your life with could not speak. Let's just say figuratively he couldn't speak. Would you be able to feel the love? Would you be able to see the love? You know that TikTok that's like, I don't feel it, I don't see it. Dang, if I could find the sound, I'll pull it up. But basically the point I'm trying to make is love is something that you feel, not necessarily something that you hear. The reason why I'm so sure of Christ's love for me is because of the things that have happened in my life and the way he has come through for me and shown out for me. Hi. It's beautiful, I'm telling you. So whenever you're thinking about like romantic relationships, shit, even friendships, because you know, like people are always like, oh, don't think of friendships and relationships on a give-take basis or whatever. Relationships are give and take or whatever. But if somebody's taking from you and not giving you anything, like you're always available, they're not giving you shishi. My sister, no, leave that person alone. Because yeah, I get it, you're not supposed to be counting and keeping tally marks on like what the person does or whatnot, but shine your eyes. Like whenever you're entering relationships, use one hand to hold prayer and one hand to shine your eyes, because these people will really take you for idiot. That goes for both men and women. These past few years, I've really been in tune with my self-love. I've always loved myself, but the way I love myself these days, you won't believe. Like, I flew myself out to Asia last year for my 24th birthday. I go on dinner dates by myself. I go to the movies by myself. Like, the company that you enjoy with yourself is so beautiful. Of course, I want to experience that with someone. It's one thing for you to want someone to come into your life to make it complete, and it's one thing for you to want someone to come into your life and add to the joy you already have. And honestly, I've been focusing on the latter. I've been focusing on like not making like marriage, romantic relationships a do or die affair. Anyways, we're almost done shop, but we're gonna do pink because it's Valentine's Day. I was gonna do red at first, but I don't know why I'm always so scared to put like red lips on. Yes, sir. Ooh. This is so cute. I've never done a lippy like this. Okay, I think I'm done. By the way, if you have a nose ring, don't be forgetting to wipe off the makeup after you're done off of your nose ring. Because I personally always forget. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next vlog. What are y'all doing for Valentine's Day? Are you going out with a loved one? Are you going out by yourself? Are you going out with your girls? Let me know. Like, I actually want to know. I'll see you guys next Friday. Ciao. Oh yeah, and don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. You know, it's Valentine's Day. Show me love by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, sharing it to someone who needs to hear this, to someone who needs a reminder. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao. All of my love.